show is about to begin.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, sir.
Hey,
How are
Melissa,
you
how's it
tonight?
going today?
Oh, everything is fabulous. Absolutely. Billy does a great job on his intros.
Definitely does. Shane, how you doing tonight? Seeing that comment right there makes me think, hey, I got to get some more video done to Billy so we can get some northern stuff up here.
Absolutely. I got to get a lot of video to him. Good
Jeffrey?
evening, Mr. Five Hertz.
Brittany?
How are you, sir?
Let's see, who else we got? John has been in there already. A couple others.
Okay, well, we've got some shows coming up, and one of them I'm going to drive halfway across the country for. Well, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be driving across the country for them.
Just one.
But this weekend, we have something kind of special for South Georgia. We don't
Yes,
have a
indeed.
whole lot of Georgia shows, but this weekend, Mr. Payton Johnson is putting on a show for us. So why don't we bring him in and discuss his show, and then we'll discuss the rest of them.
Certainly can.
Hello, Mr. Payton. How are you?
What it do? What it do?
So how many years you been doing this Team Ultra Hurt show?
This will be our 4th year doing it. It's like 5 years total of having the team, but this will be the 4th year show.
This was the first show I ever done. All the way down in Dublin, Georgia. So we going back.
Let's get it. We got the same location, same everything, so we ready to go. I couldn't do it last year due to the car accident, but we ready to go now.
I see something behind you. What you working on back there?
This is
Go ahead
what they
and tell
call
us
Stinky
about this.
Pinky. This is Stinky. Hey, Noah. I guess they done walked out, but Stinky Pinky is a 1989 Toyota pickup. It's got 3 WFO Synergy 5Ks, 90 amp hour C Max. They just got through wrapping it, and then
Ooh,
inside, I don't know if you can see it really well, but no, it's got 6 dead game Audio Huracan 15s in it. Uh, its debut is Saturday, so they trying to finish putting things together on it for that. But
excellent.
it's a demo
I
vehicle.
cannot wait to see that.
It took me
So,
a
how, of
whole year to build it, so I hope it's worth it.
course it is. How's she playing?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Bandwidth is awesome. 18 to 60 hertz. Um, does 61s and 60s on music. So
Ooh,
Nice.
so she gonna
You
jump
get
on the
in there
meter for me
very
this
well
weekend.
with those synergies.
I'm gonna see if I can put him in one of the orgs and see what it'll do.
There you go. I'd be glad to have him.
Should do
Nice to
very well
see
with those synergies, man. Those are killer amps. I
I
love
love
them.
them. They're at a half ohm right now, and the sound. I, I don't. It's hard to describe the sound coming off of them. It's like they just want to get nasty, but it don't.
They do. Kurt makes a fantastic product. If you haven't heard of them before, Synergy Audio is based out of Watertown, South Dakota, just about 100 miles north of me, and they're the same amps that I use. Well, not same model, but same manufacturer. I use the 3Ks, which are actually 3500s, but they are fantastic. They will take a beating all day long. They'll play at 9, even high 8s in the voltage, and they won't shut down on, well, not on mine anyway, they don't. But they will play on damn near anything. They are bulletproof.
Oh yeah,
Seeing quite a
I'm
bit
thinking
place
hard on
like
making a change. I think I'm gonna make the change to them.
They are fantastic pieces of equipment.
You know, life don't start till under half ohm, so I got to get an amplifier that can take that.
One, two, 3 of them in there. Not bad.
well, it's nice to see you're finally getting your build that you've been working on for over a year now out of the shop. Got any big plans for something coming up next, or do you have an opening in your shop?
I'm actually free now. I'm ready to start on something else. Somebody willing to come on down, I'm ready to roll with it.
All right, y'all need some walls built. Go see Payton. And come see me in Texas. What you building on over there, Dan? Build anything they want?
Well, I put a teaser pic out there a couple days ago with a cutout on the back wall of the Dodge Ram that I got, and yeah, that's all it was. It was just a teaser to shut up some people. I'm not actually cutting my truck, but figured I'd have to put that out there just to shut some people up for a while. But we've got a couple things in the works. Got a show coming up on the 15th of next month, and on a Friday night, which is rather unique. We don't really have a lot of bass wars on Friday nights, but as I kind of put in there, I didn't want UAF to have all the fun with their Friday night shows on the first Friday of every month. So I've got one coming up on the third Friday of every month at the shop that Phil and I have in just south of our little metropolitan area here in Sioux Falls, a little town called T that's about 5 or 6 miles south of town. So we got those coming up, and we got a couple of systems coming up in there, but nothing that I want to divulge yet.
Excellent. I'm glad to see everybody's having fun building right now. I figured
That's
this
the best
cold weather
part.
was going to scare some of us off.
This is the time to be building.
All right, Peyton, where's this show at that we're doing this weekend?
It is in Dublin, Georgia, at the 441 Speedway. It's a dirt track. The flyer and all that calls it an asphalt track, but it's a dirt track. but it is the 441 Speedway in Dublin, Georgia,
And what time?
from 9 to 5.
Okay. Last question. How much
Mhm.
is that gate fee to get in?
It's kind of weird, but if you're audio and you're the driver, it's 25 for you, and then anybody else in your vehicle is 15.
Okay.
And then spectators itself is 15. Kids 6 and under get in free.
Nice.
Excellent. We're going to have any vendors out there for us this weekend?
Um,
Or
I
do we
think
need to bring snacks and
there's gonna be. I think we got 2 food trucks. One for sure. They finally got back with me actually last night, and I think the other one's gonna come out. He ain't said nothing, but as of now, we got one.
excellent? As long as we got some food trucks out there, I'll be all right.
I was trying to get me a funnel cake truck, but I can't find them.
Okay. If anybody got a funnel cake truck, we will keep you in business. Just pull up.
Yes, I will diabetic coma myself off some funnel
Yeah.
cake.
Oh gosh, yes. That's the only reason I go to the fair.
I do that every year at the Minnesota State Fair. I've tried to do 20,000 calories at the Minnesota State Fair before and joked about it, but it's not a problem to do if you start talking funnel cakes and mini donuts and a couple of Pronto Pups or corn dogs, and 20,000 calories in a day is not a problem when everything is on a stick and deep fried.
Nah, that's my kind of food, though.
I would love to come to the Excess Power Show. I got that on my bucket list.
Oh,
There you go.
yes, that was so fun. We got so many great shows, and they're all across the country. If you can travel just a little bit, you can hit some really good shows.
Mhm.
My favorite one was Slam Fest, but they done did away with that one in Tampa.
Okay, we'll figure out a way to make another show come up in town. Ain't nothing but a Florida judge. And speaking of, Georgia needs a judge too. If anybody wants to jump on that, we'd be happy to have y'all. But
What's it
Georgia
take?
needs a full-time judge.
What's it take?
Was it pay? You need a term lab magnum and to have a conversation with Billy about starting your franchise.
Yep.
Well, I got the Magnum.
To do it,
Yeah,
I
if you're
can't
looking to
do
do it,
it better.
get in touch with Billy Temple. He'll give you all the particulars about it, what we need, what we expect, what we require, and yeah, get it started. It's a good deal to do.
Uh-oh.
Well, I might have to think on it. I don't know what I got to be doing here later
Okay.
on.
Yeah, because it's a dedication. You will be driving a lot. You will be working all weekends. You'll miss great shows
Mhm.
because you're doing your own shows.
Mhm.
So you need to be dedicated to it.
Oof.
I can't wait to see that band. Matt's always got some of the coolest builds. And from what I understand, that little car is about to get loud too.
Yeah, Matt definitely has some cool builds. I've looked at his profile before and thought, man, I got to get to a show and just stop by his place just to see him sometime. But hard to do when I got
Matt's got a
a lot
really
of shows
cool
up here.
driveway. He's got too many builds to park in the garage, so you get to see them lined up down the driveway.
There is such a thing as too small of a garage.
Facts.
Never enough vehicles
Or no
or too small
garage.
of a garage.
So that was the downfall on this thing. I literally built it in the driveway.
Some of the best builds come out of that driveway.
Oh yeah, hot, raining, cold. We don't see no snow around here, so I ain't had to worry about that.
Yeah,
Suffer through it.
I had like 65 degrees here in Sioux Falls on Monday, and this morning I woke up, there was actually a little snow on the ground. And Friday it's going to be 65 again. So we got this stupid little Mother Nature playing with us thing here. She can't decide what she wants to do, but got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Matt has this huge garage that's the whole bottom of his house. He can park 4 or 5 cars in there and just fine.
Must be nice.
Man, if you can only fit 4 or 5 cars in there, you're not doing it right, man.
Well, I'm talking about 4 or 5 that he's rebuilding at a time. He got plenty of garage space. Good evening, Mr. David Little. How are you, sir?
And the drive, yeah, and then the driveway.
Yep. Yesterday I was wearing shorts and now I'm back in a hoodie.
Yep.
Same. I've
It
been in
was
shorts all day long and just broke out the jacket earlier.
it was 80 degrees here yesterday. Now not so much. It's about half that. All right. So just so everybody knows, I am leaving Dublin, Georgia, and going to Anniston, Alabama. We are going to have a full weekend of base. If I'm driving for y'all, I need y'all to come see me. Got a whole week.
You actually got 2 out of the 3 shows this weekend here, Melissa. We got Friday night. UAF is doing theirs in Mobile, Alabama, like they always do on the first Friday of the month. Yours in Dublin on Saturday, and then Anniston, Alabama on Sunday.
How far is that from Dublin?
I think it's about 5-6 hours.
Oh boy.
It's about halfway up Alabama.
See what
Middle
he's
of the
interested in.
We got a bunch of shows coming up. I've got we picked up March 16th with the Box Shop with Jason McDaniel this morning. So I'll be adding one more show that I'll be driving back to Alabama for.
Yeah, make sure we get that on the list because I'm not seeing that one yet. But like you said, you just picked it up this morning. Otherwise,
Right.
next weekend, man. But we got a lot coming up.
I agree with this statement. Who all has seen David Cook's new subs?
Golden.
Gold plated and engraved. Man, it don't get no better than that.
I can hear him now. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's a pretty shit.
I can hear him jingling on the way in. Empty pockets and everything because he ain't got no more money.
Oh no, that man ain't gonna run out of money anytime soon. He got
his
plenty of
gold-plated
money.
stuffs and his Gucci shoes on.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I looked at that and like my jaw dropped. I might have drooled just a little bit. Oh my God. Those subs are incredible.
24 karat at that.
All right, Peyton, we got a question for you. What year is your expedition?
That's a 99. I built it inside, so I got 78 cubes in the shell.
Damn.
That's a lot of airspace.
That's a lot of airspace, man.
Oh yeah, I used everything. The little dip down in the back where your back seat sit. I used all that. I shouldn't have, but I did. Don't look inside my seal chamber. I tell you, there's enough 2x4s you can build a house in there.
Hey, strength meters.
As long as it's got the airspace, you can get lower. Always nice to see a big, massive box like that in a big vehicle that can handle it. See a lot of people trying to do it in smaller things that it just doesn't work unless you got the big vehicle sometimes.
Oh yeah, I'm
Good
regretting it.
evening,
Trying to find.
Warren.
I don't know where I'm gonna fit them Synergy 8Ks at. They're a little long.
Yeah, I'm noticing most AKs are really long right now.
That's the reason I had to
I've
go with
started having to measure
Hooligan.
my car.
When you start talking 8K and bigger amps like the 12s and the 15s, even some of the 20s that are out there, you're talking 30 plus inches wide on those amps. They might still be only 9 or 10 inches wide or tall, but then you're talking 30, 35, 40 inches wide. You start running out of space really quick.
Oh, I remembered what I wanted to ask you. You're going to be doing some side-by-side metering too, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We're bringing that back. I did it one time. The turnout wasn't so good. And then I was like, well, let me give it another shot. So I had a guy that does side-by-side installs around here, Tripping Audio, come in and help out with that. And he sponsored that. So we're going to do a $200 prize cash to the winner for that and a trophy. But we got to have 10 show up. Less than 10, they just get a trophy. But then we're going to do bass. The mic goes like center of the dash. And then we're going to pull them away. I think he said 10 feet. And then do the vocals. And then I'm going to take an average of both and write them down.
That sounds like fun. So we need some side-by-sides to come on out,
Oh, yeah. Everybody's talking
along
about
with our base
it.
vehicle.
Also with that, too, one of the orgs already does loudest SPL of the day. And my team's also doing it. And if you're trying to get loudest of the day in a vehicle and get our trophy, come to me. I'll be doing that for us.
Nice.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Jimmy Pittman. How are you,
Hey,
sir?
Jimmy.
Glad to see you pop in.
Yeah, side by sides are fun to try and do. You get them in there, and whether it's a Razor or even a John Deere tractor or something else like that, those are fun vehicles to build up. They can be a little time consuming because they're not your standard vehicle to work on, but they are fun. I love working on those things.
I'm
Well, a
looking
buddy of
forward to
mine built
working
one.
on
Y'all know CMK, Chris Jones?
Know the name? Yep.
Well, he was telling me about one he built for one, and open cab did 52s.
Nice.
Like if you put that in a car, that'd be 55s all day long.
That's awesome. But man, we got some incredible builders out there.
Yeah, he's one of them, hands down. He's one of them.
It's okay. You're one of them too.
I'm just learning. He's my teacher.
Everybody is everybody's teacher. You can always keep learning.
Absolutely.
I have learned that from years of doing this, and as a connoisseur of most styles of music out there, learning that whoever you think is already the best, that they're always still learning from someone else. They might be, I'll pick on Eddie Van Halen. He might be learning from someone else out there on stuff, but people think he's the best. But man, you always got to keep trying different things, learn different things. If you're not good at one particular aspect of it, learn another and become better at it. Practice and keep learning with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be a good apprentice. Keep learning, expand that knowledge base that you have. And if you don't know older vehicles, there's one as well. Got a couple older vehicles in our shop lately, 86 or 87 Caprice and a early 90s conversion van. Thought I knew a lot about both of them already and learned some new stuff on both. After 30
Hell
years
of a
of doing this,
compliment there.
self-control the same way, man. Yeah, there you go.
Somebody's throwing it back to when I had the old beaten beetle.
I hadn't heard about the beetle in a minute.
Yeah, Daniel's one of these guys out of Iowa his Beetle stuff is pretty cool looking stuff. There's
And
a
that's the
few guys
reason
around here that have them.
I chose the beetle because you don't never see them. Like, you don't never see a beetle at a show, and I got it. Oh my God, they are hard to get loud. Best I could do was a 55.
I was gonna say you start pushing mid-50s with them, and you're near the top echelon of that stuff because Beetles are hard to get loud sometimes. Hey, thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Had Justin show up at my shop a couple nights ago. Had
Good to
to
see all the regulars
again
in.
enable an older Ford monsoon system that I saw the amp after about 20 minutes of digging around in it finally, and had to figure that out all over again.
We
Yeah, you
all
were.
get there, man. I've had
That
to
was
take my car, not even play into other people's house. They go, hey, maybe I'm overlooking something, but something ain't right.
every once in a while. It just takes a second or a third set of eyes.
There you go. Dan saved the day.
Well, thank you for that, Justin. It ain't just me sometimes. Sometimes it's the internet helping out too.
I'll be able to
You
get
have to get that 55 in the Beetle.
Yep.
Well,
All
I
right,
haven't done yet. Might be able to give you some help there.
yeah, definitely, Daniel. Contact Payton. He may be able to help you out a little bit. Sometimes it's as simple as meter placement. You never know.
Also,
There's
wooden
games.
door panels. I gained, I think it was 7/10 just by doing wooden door panels. I mean, a lot of people don't like that because they want to keep everything stock, which is fine. But I needed a beater vehicle, and that's exactly what I built. But this is Noah Clark here. This is the owner of the pink truck.
There you go.
Hi,
Also, one of the members.
I can't wait to see your truck this weekend, sir.
Thank you.
We've been watching it be built, and we are so ready to see it.
All righty then. It'll be there.
Well, you can bet I'll be over to get some photos and some videos of it.
Yep.
Sounds
Good
good.
evening, Jason. We just told them about our new show coming up on the 16th.
Jason, welcome. And yeah, Shane, a lot of other orgs will mess with you for having different panels or different styles of things in it. We're not like that until you really start messing with the interior and building up things, in which case we got a class just for that kind of stuff as well. Plus, you can still do all the music classes. We got a guidebook as opposed to rules, but I don't mind if you got a wood roof or anything, or if you do a floor build up or something. We've got rules / guides specifically for that. So we're not going to move everybody into the same thing, but we'll tell you where you should be with it. And yeah, Matt, what you said earlier, trying to find an older bug. If you're talking before an original, yeah, that's really hard to get loud. And even the newer ones, mid 50s, if you find like a 2001, 2002, they're a little more forgiving, but hard to find one in good condition from back then.
Then you got the motor in the back.
Yep. We've got one up here. There's a guy in the South Sioux City area runs one, and his motor in the back is fantastic looking. It sounds great. It looks good. If you come up to 712 Boom, I'm sure that Mario will have it there. That's where I see it every year. But yeah, they're great vehicles. good sound in them. Oh, Matt, that's a great idea. Matt would like to have a call-out class. Well, Matt, we kind of do if you want to.
I'm down.
We can call
We
out
call
anyone at any time if you want to.
I'm down. I got some people I'd like to call out.
We call it death match.
I was
3
gonna say,
minutes full tilt.
That's a
Go ahead
3-minute
and
death
get
match,
it.
man.
Wait, 3 minutes full tilt what? Music?
3
Yeah.
minutes on musical average.
Lord help me, Jesus. I
Oh,
better get
yeah.
some more recon.
Be a big boy. You want to jump off in death match.
Oof.
Have your backup power generator that's nuclear ready to go, because I'm gonna pretty much guarantee almost everybody out there is gonna be dropping voltage in that class.
Certain frequencies, like under 30 or
No,
anything.
play what you want.
Whatever you want to play.
3
Organize it
minutes full
between.
tilt. Just get it. Get it.
How
If
you
you
know
want to
it's
play
full
the same
tilt?
song, go
Well,
ahead. If you want,
give
if you
me
want someone
what
else
you
to do it.
want me to have.
Yeah,
You want to blow it up, you do your thing. If you want to play it safe, you do your thing. But that meter's going to tell on you if you don't do it full tilt.
Oh, that thing will hurt your feelings.
That thing
that meter
hurts
hurts your
everybody's
feelings, hurts
feelings.
your pocketbook, hurts your family life. It will hurt a lot more than just your feelings. That too. If you ain't got it, don't even ask. And sometimes if you gotta ask, it's like going into a store and you're picking up, you're picking up a pen and say, well, there's no price tag on it. How much is it? If you gotta ask, you can't afford it.
Felt that.
The same holds true in deathmatch. If you gotta ask the questions about it, you can't afford it. Because 3 minutes average,
Exactly. I can't afford to play
that's a
in that
long ass
class.
time.
Hell, 30 seconds is long.
I know guys that'll run 4 classes inside of 30 seconds.
Mm.
And I don't see him in here yet, but Brian Beasley will tell you the same thing, because every time he shows up, he's like, boom, ring, done. And I'm halfway done typing his name, and he's ready to go for the next class. He can literally do 4 of his classes within probably 35 to 40 seconds. He's just that much on the ball.
That's your good ones.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of competitors I like, because I actually have to make them wait a little bit.
Yeah, that's the good
Yeah.
ones there. Then you got the ones where, what's the peak?
I love
It's always
those.
fun.
I love
It's
getting
always
a
fun to
newbie
find.
on the paper. They are so fun to get them through their first run.
Yep.
It's quite exciting because they will message you back for years telling you how much better they got.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that.
Even at the same show, if you can get them better the second time they come through, because, Payton, you come through for the very first time in whatever vehicle. You're coming through in a 14 Civic, and your box is pointed up instead of forward. And I say, no, just point it forward, or point it backwards, or move your seat position around. I'll bet you'll gain 2 or 3 tenths. And you come back through an hour later after you've tweaked it a little bit, and you gain. You get 2 thumbs up, man, especially if it's your first show. And yeah, like Courtney just said, Melissa helped him long ago. You keep doing that, you make friends for life doing that, and possibly even get business out of it. So yeah, at least get some more Base Wars entries.
His build has gotten so much better over time, and he comes up, he meters, it's quick, fast, in a hurry. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He gets gone and goes and demos.
Yep.
He has turned into a professional.
There are, every once in a while, you like that person to be both either the first or second competitor of the day, or you like them to be the last competitors, because everybody is still there awaiting their trophies, and they can see what it takes to be that competitor at the end that comes through and has it where it's on the beat all the time for it, or they can help you if they're the first one or second one for the rest of the day with everything, and they can have their demo going and they don't have to sit by it or stand by it or control it. They just let it play all day long, and they can help you do other things. It's always nice to have that competitor in both situations. Oh,
I
yep,
heard
and
Mr.
Daniel,
Will was going to come down to Dublin for us this weekend.
He is. And when I tell you that man's excited and happy, that man's excited and happy.
yep.
I'm excited to see him. Always such a great
He called
competitor.
me. He called me the other day. He said, "It's time to do it again. Let's get it."
Good evening, sweetie.
There you go.
Yeah, no eating chips in the base ride.
Yeah,
That's
especially
not
not
always
fun.
a good thing. Don't spill
No
your Coke or your
Funyuns.
Pepsi in there either.
No chips in there.
Yeah, you don't want to be spilling your drink in the base ride either, folks. That's never a good thing to have to clean up.
And see, I ain't took my subs out really. Well, all 6 of them out really since then, and I'm still finding Funyuns in the back of the wall. So yeah, and that was 2 years ago.
I actually know a guy who I helped him pull out a couple subs at a show, and we actually found where his flashlight went. It had been bouncing around in the back chamber of his box, and actually had bounced hard enough that it actually had a magnet on it. It stuck to the back of one of his subs.
Damn.
I will see you this
He's not
week,
loud at the show yet.
Sunday in Anniston.
You wanna go to Anniston?
There you go.
She said it's like 5 hours from here.
I don't know if I'm down for that much of a ride.
5-hour drive is only a small bag of Funyuns and a bag of
Hey,
Cheetos and 2
I'm
Pepsis
coming
on the way, man.
13 for y'all. Y'all can come 5 for me.
She's coming how many for us?
13. She's coming from Texas.
Whew.
It was still what when you come the first time, like 7 hours for you.
Man, I messed up the first time I did that show and booked a show in North Alabama the day before. So I went from one state line to the top of Florida overnight. That was a no sleep kind of night. It
And I was
taught
about
me
like,
it taught me to book my shows a little more carefully.
you did the same thing in Callahan last year. You
Yeah,
left that Sunday and went down to Florida.
I do this quite a bit. If we're gonna make a weekend out of it, we might as well do all weekend. Just keep it rolling. It's a whole lot easier when everything's already packed up and ready to go.
This is true.
All right. We need somebody to go buy Jason McDaniel's gear so he can get some new stuff.
What? I'll be right back. Hold on.
160 build. 160s are nice.
Can't wait.
Oh, the truck stunt wall.
Oh man, I did a truck show that was I guess it was about 30, 40 stunt wall trucks. Oh my God, I had a headache by the end of the day. They were
That sounds
all
like fun.
pointing at me. It was a little bit much.
That's one of the things that Jimmy likes to do at the end of his shows is we do or he does rather, a circle of base where he will get around 20 or 30 people, and he'll put himself in the center of it, and we'll get everyone backed up or pulled in a little bit closer to it, bumper to bumper, basically in a circle. And about 25, 30 feet away, we'll start measuring stuff. And it's kind of nice when you do that about 6:30 at night every once in a while. We'll see 135, 140 in that circle. It's kind of nice.
All right. Well, we have discussed all of the shows for this weekend. What else have we got coming up? So we got Dublin, Georgia, Saturday.
Yep.
We have
Dublin
Anniston
Saturday.
Sunday.
Anniston Sunday, like you said. Next weekend on
I'm
Saturday.
sorry, I forgot. Friday night, UAF.
Oh, Friday night, UAF in
Sorry,
Mobile.
Jordan.
Next weekend, you got the big show, Turn Down for What in Greenville.
That's a good one.
And across the country, you got Base Wars with Richard out in Bakersfield.
You just might as well get you a hotel for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks? It's 2 months.
What'd you move to Texas for then?
I needed to go ahead and come to work, but I also need to fulfill my obligations to Alabama and Georgia and get their judge up and running. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of traveling. Y'all just come out to these shows and help me.
Well, we got one for you.
Base Wars judges some loving. Go help them in the lanes. Grab them lunch if they can't get up from behind the laptop. Grab them a burger or hot dog and Coke and chips or something.
Too much voltage?
But yeah, next weekend looks to be big. Again, on Saturday the 9th, you're Turned Down for What? And the Base Wars at Elite Car Audio in Bakersfield that Richard is doing. Got a couple on the 15th, 16th, and 17th coming up. A couple more the following weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It looks like that weekend we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 shows coming up that weekend. And then the last weekend, the Saturday, March 30th, we got 160 showing up there for you again in Alabama and Fairhope. So a lot of good shows coming up later on this month, still, which is really nice to see.
All right.
When does
Let's go over this.
Yeah, go ahead, Lacey.
I am no longer the Alabama judge. Miss Tina Winchester is our Alabama judge now, and she will start in about 2 months. She's going to be going to the next 2 months worth of shows with me to train. So she's already booking. If y'all need her, call her now. All right, come on. I need all the help I can get out here.
There you go.
Well, I'm planning on another one closer to the end of the year, so I need to reach out to her.
Yes. Reach out to Tina. She'll be trained and have all of her stuff by then.
Well, I know that show won't be near as big as the one we're doing this weekend, but I'd at least like to have one org there.
There you go. And 252, man, they put out some incredible builds. All right. Matt says let him know his van should be ready by then.
Okay, I usually try to get it the first weekend in December.
All right. You going to make it to Slam?
Oh, I have no idea. I might have to drive that one and just go spectate. That is
Yeah.
almost 17 hours for me.
All right, Matt, what you got, hon? I'm sure you got a question. All right, let's see what we got.
Want to take out the back seat.
If you're talking about your toe pig, no. Mm-mm. I wouldn't take that seat out.
Do it.
His toe pig sounds just as good as most people's bass rigs. I wouldn't touch that thing. I'd leave it alone. We pulled up at a show. He's got his van on the back, and everybody gathered around his toe pig.
Only
It
thing he's missing
sounded
is
that
taller.
good. I would just leave that one alone. Good night, Jason. We'll see you the 16th, sir.
I've used a tow pig before at a couple of places as the vehicle that I ran through the lanes. Not my own, but someone else's, because they didn't have a vehicle there that could do it.
No, I wouldn't mess with that toe pig at all. He sure did. He pulls up at a show and just left. I have no idea where he went. Just left me there with his truck. And I'm like, okay. Be fine. All right. Are we going to have signs out there on the road this year?
They
We
will be.
need to get those ready.
I will
Because,
have
you
them
know,
there bright and early Friday morning. Well, Saturday morning.
your girl ain't good with directions. I passed that place up last year.
Well,
All
there
right.
is two entrances. You got the grandstand entrance and the pit entrance. The show will be held in the pit, so go to the pit entrance. But I will have a sign saying next entrance.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what we got. Tina's last name on Facebook is Winchester, just like the pew pew.
Like the pew pews out there.
I almost said the bad word for YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that one. Her profile pic is her in a green, pink hat, and she's got the Base Wars logo behind her with a big old smiling face on her big old on the other picture for it. So if you're looking for that particular area, Alabama, it's not updated yet on the website, but sooner or later, Billy or JT is going to get that done for us, and Tina will be listed.
Yep.
Make it bright and colorful.
Everything we do is bright and colorful. All right. Any other news going on in anybody's life?
I'm healing.
Yeah, you've had a bunch of surgeries and just randomly go for more surgeries and just don't tell folks.
Well, yeah. Well, I ain't doing no more. I feel like a filleted fish right now.
For me,
That's
it's hard
okay.
to
Your
remember all
mama
the purple
posted about
lobotomies.
it, so we know. Okay.
Matt, I could read into that a lot of different ways, but I'm going to assume you're talking single sub rather
I'm
than
thinking single 18.
yeah, single 15, single 18. 18 is better than 15 in that same regard, but
And
truck
while
is
we're
cool.
here tonight, let's go ahead and the Prim Nevada show was, man, they had some of the best rides in the world out there. So good job to Richard on handling that show.
I don't know how
And
Richard does that all the time.
yeah, no kidding. And Pop Tart had a huge show last weekend.
Yep.
So a big congratulations to Pop Tart too.
Pop Tart had a fantastic show last weekend, had a couple of really, really massive scores show up, as did Richard with his. Carlos did a 185, 32 or 185, 34, I believe. Trying to remember what I saw on it from earlier today. Well, Pop Tart had some great scores show up from his show last weekend as well that was just posted. So if you're seeing something that you want access to about a posting and a score and saying, hey, how loud is it? Well, check out all those postings. And then when you're done with that, just go right over to the basescores.org page, because the top 10 scores in each class are going to be listed right away for you.
All right. Talking about my last show in Alabama, as it currently stands, will be the Team No Chill down in South Alabama.
We're
I'm
at
gonna
South
butcher the
Alabama.
name on that one, Melissa. Is that
I believe
Opelika?
it. Let's see where we're gonna be.
Is that Opelika? Opelika?
Opelika. Yeah, it's hard to say, but yes, that's it.
Like I said, I knew I was
Opelika,
going to butcher it.
Alabama.
So.
I ain't never went and competed
Oh
in
man,
anything on that side. I've always been the East
well,
Coast.
I have.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
ma'am. Y'all can send me off to Texas. Actually, I'm bouncing all around Alabama, so we can do several send-off shows if y'all would like. We got this. I agree. We need a bunch of shows.
Bunch of big
And
send-offs.
if anybody needs to book for Texas, I am taking bookings starting, let's see, starting in May. May 11th and on is free. That will be dedicated to Texas. Because I can't keep running back to Alabama every weekend. This is going to get expensive. All right. Payton, who did the rap?
Oh, Lord. Hold on. I got you.
Yeah, take us and show us one more time.
That
Because it
person,
looks like a great job.
whoever Bombshell Custom is. I think they're out of Atlanta. But they actually did a great job on it. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's spectacular. And like it's fully wrapped everywhere. And they put a ceramic coat and all that on it. If I had a light, I'll show you. Well, you kind of can see it on the inside too. I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought about wrapping inside of my wall. Maybe that'll give me a tenth or two.
If it's smooth, it'll help.
But yeah, the wrap on this thing's killer. I'm glad they did something because when they first dropped it off to me to build it, and when I tell you it looked like a Pepto-Bismol bottle on wheels, that thing was pink.
Yeah, very much
Yeah,
so,
you
Matt.
might want to get Matt some information because he's always wrapping his stuff and he enjoys that. He ain't too far.
About the wrap. About what wrap? Oh, that wrap? What's up? I think Matt was wanting to
Yes.
know.
What company did you wrap for you?
Ma'am?
What company did your wrap and where are they located?
Bombshell Customs in Hiram, Georgia.
Okay. Well, shout out to them for doing some good work.
Nice. Definitely.
You want to cut a light on the inside? Yeah, we'll get you some better lighting for the inside.
Yeah. I guess it show us what we're going to get to see this weekend.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this is hands down one of my best builds. I'm jealous of it myself versus my own build, but I gotta give a couple shout outs. One of my team members, Thomas Bennett, he actually did the door panels on this thing. William Gay and Christopher McKenzie. Christopher McKenzie's very, very OCD. He was the one that did all the wire. I would have never been able to do that. I'd have got tired after the first zip tie. William Gay did the alternator and all that up front. And all of us pretty much come together and did the wall. But yeah, here you go.
Ooh, wee.
Bombshell Customs. All right.
Love it.
And it's a nasty little joker. I ain't gonna lie to you. It gets down definitely for what it is. But yeah, I'm proud of it. Now if I can just get him from the side by side parts and into the car audio shows, we'll be in business.
That's it. But, he can do both now.
Heard that?
I do
And
both.
she said you gotta do both.
I've been doing both.
That means you need to go to Alabama Sunday. Help her out.
You gonna go with me?
I'll go with you. You gonna let me demo it?
We'll consider it. We'll talk about it a little more.
I'm broke down right now.
That one's easier to get into than yours, isn't it?
It is. Inside the wall? No.
All right. Well, if nobody else has anything for tonight, we can go ahead and cut it short and go get some dinner if y'all are interested. Because I know I am absolutely starving after working all day.
You better go wash your hands.
Oh, definitely. Yep. Epoxy everywhere. My shoes were squeaking because I accidentally stepped in that stuff earlier.
So gloves and long sleeve shirts are for cheap long sleeve shirts.
Mhm. Definitely.
Just wall it. Daily or not, just wall it.
Yep.
Man, I have so much fun in my no wall, but that wall is just so much easier to deal with as far as vehicle maintenance. It keeps the whole rear of my vehicle intact.
Until you run multiple subs.
You can wall with one sub.
We can do a C-pillar wall for you, hun. Put it behind that second row of seats.
I could wall off with one sub and probably hit
C-pillar
over
walls
13
out
hertz.
Possibly.
I might actually have to try that now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, I am ready to go to dinner, y'all. So the plan is Saturday, we're all going to Dublin, Georgia. We're going to load up and we're going to go to Anniston on Sunday. So y'all get ready to drive a little bit this weekend.
That's after Friday night in Mobile, remember?
Yeah, you could actually do Mobile, drive to Dublin, and then drive to Anniston and catch 3 shows in one weekend and be well over halfway qualified for finals in one weekend. So that's a thought, y'all.
Courtney, I might have to hold you to that one.
I'm waiting on a blow through. I am so waiting on a blow through.
I may know a few people that are building them. You'd have to come up here to see them. Because I don't think they're going to make it down south, but I'd be willing to drive for a few people. And David, if you do need someone to drive for you to get out there, I consider myself a professional driver. I did 80,000 miles last year, so if need be, I'd drive your car wherever you needed it, or at least tow it somewhere.
That's right. All right. Well, we've went over all the shows we can. Peyton, thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
Peyton, thank you much.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you there.
I'll be on the road starting Friday, y'all. So y'all keep me company. And with that being said, we will let y'all out of here for tonight.
All right, then.
In the
Good
lanes,
night.
folks.
See ya.
Enjoy.